Absolutely not. Due process and habeas corpus count. And I want to tell you some personal experiences to give you a sense of exactly what that meant for West Germany as well as East Germany. So let's start with West Germany. A guy appeared on my balcony in the middle of the night, drunk. The balcony was shared with my neighbor, and he woke us both up, and he was extremely loud. So we called the police, and the police came, and they grabbed the guy and dragged him through the window. And while they were doing that, they hurt him very badly, so he was bleeding. And I was very concerned because they weren't responding and trying to take care of him. And he was also so drunk that he was falling asleep. And when I started arguing with them, they started arguing back with me. They noticed that I wasn't German. There was a faintly anti-Semitic undertone, and then I had some East German books, and one of the policemen got very upset about that. The GDR was completely different. So I just want to tell you one quick example of the People's Police, the Volkspolizei. I was driving with some friends, and we were in the countryside, went down a hill and around a corner, and then all of a sudden got stopped by the police. This is also something that some of you have probably experienced. It's what we would call a speed trap. The speed had changed from 50 kilometers an hour to 20 kilometers an hour as we went down a hill and around a bend. So the guy stops his Trabant, a small, basically plastic East German car, walks over to us and demands to see our papers. All very similar to maybe an American experience. Goes back to his car, about 5 or 10 minutes later, returns and looks at me and says, "Can I have your papers, please?" And I said, "Wait a minute, I just gave you my papers." And he said, "Are you calling a representative of the German Democratic Republic a liar?" And I said, "No, of course not." And we were promptly arrested and taken to a small outpost of the People's Police, where we were put into something in between a cell and just an office, and left there for 4 hours. Weren't allowed to go to the bathroom or anything. There was just a picture of Erich Honecker, the leader of East Germany at the time. At some point, for whatever reasons, they decided that they were going to let us go, but gave us a huge fine, which we were worried that we couldn't pay, in fact, and that had its own problems. But it gave you the sense that in a communist state, because there was no due process, you could just disappear. I had the sinking feeling that none of my family or friends would ever see me again, and that we would end up in some jail somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and that would be the end of it. And it turned out what they really just wanted was my Western currency.